So Catherine and some others challenged this, deliberately challenged this. They went in front of the, I guess, Capitol Building, in front of in D.C. and sold lemonade, and they were arrested for it. Catherine, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Catherine, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for your your bravery and your effort in this. This has turned out to be
heroic effort.
Because one of the best things about civil disobedience is, getting the media attention that comes with it. And this has been, I think, certainly one of the most well-publicized acts of civil disobedience that I've ever seen. How's the response? I mean, have you had a lot of people recognize you from this and talk to you about this? I mean, how has the response been from your effort?
Well, yeah, I mean, that is really good that we were able to communicate to so many people what our message basically was. Because, I mean, me and my friends, we had heard about so many lemonade stands getting shut down, and we thought it would be such a symbolic way to just express to just show how ridiculous government bureaucracy is and all this red tape. And I mean, especially now we have such a downward economy, and they're just putting all these constraints on small businesses, and I'm glad that people got to see basically what it really looks like, because what happened to us, a child's lemonade stand getting shut down, it's really no different than all the various permits and regulations that are necessary for small businesses. So,
unnecessary permits, unnecessary regulations.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny because we were just talking about earlier in the show how in Orlando the SWAT team went in and raided all these barber shops to make sure that they had barbering license or whatever those things are. And it's just, I mean, the SWAT team just went in with these giant guns and kicked everybody out and raided the places over barber shop licenses.
The repulsive thing to me is that they're getting the little girl. I mean, they want to make an example of her. Like, we're not going to miss anybody.
Right, exactly.
And
the law's the law.
Right, yeah, and they're gonna terrorize the little girl. I know they didn't terrorize her, but I mean, the city officials came down, and it was probably a little bit of a strange experience for her, at least.
Imagine that.
And
this little girl
they're
trying to sell
getting their
lemonade.
yayas out as bureaucrats doing this, and it's just totally, absolutely unnecessary. I mean, everybody just used to wink and smile. And, she made, would make a couple of dollars and change.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
I usually lost money when I did it.
It's just, I mean, all the other kids are inside, watching TV, and she's actually going out and trying to do something productive.
She's
and
the American entrepreneur.
Gets punished by the police and called a criminal for being a productive,
it's a classic rite of passage in the United States. By the way, I have a technical question. If I have a gallon of water, how many lemons and how many tablespoons? Because that's always too bitter for me. How many tablespoons of sugar? Because that's always real bitter for me. That would be less lemons or more. What is your formula?
That is a good question. Did you sell homemade lemonade, or was it?
No, we didn't do that.
Okay.
Oh,
I do make my own. Basically, all you have to do is order water at a restaurant, and you can just squeeze the lemon.
That's right, and they got the little sugar packets.
Yeah. Oh, this is like long-distance lightweight backpacking techniques at restaurants. I like this. I love that kind of stuff.
So, Catherine, take me back to that day. What happened that day when you were selling lemonade? Kind of give us a play-by-play on what happened.
Of what happened on the day that we were arrested.
Yes.
Okay. Well, basically, we had really no idea what to expect because none of us had ever really done anything like this before. I mean, all of us are, have gone to our fair share of protests, and it was Eddie Free's original idea, and he's the one that coordinated the whole Jefferson Dance Party event. Are y'all familiar with that?
Yes, of course.
Okay, and so, that one, it was sort of like, okay, when the cops tell us to stop dancing, we're just going to keep on dancing. But with us, we didn't know, are the cops going to come up to us and give us a ticket and let us continue? Are they going to make us shut it down?
Right.
Are they going to leave us alone? And if there's cops standing there, are people even going to come up and want to buy lemonade? We honestly had no idea what was going to happen, not even a clue. And, we didn't even really understand what the penalty would be or what they would necessarily even charge us with. So,
did you ever sell any lemonade?
Oh, yeah, they sold lemonade. By the way,
you actually sold lemonade?
Oh, yeah. We sold lots of lemonade.
By the way,
really?
Catherine,
cool.
Before we go further, where can people see video of this? Because there is great video of this.
Oh, there's an excellent video. I forgot who did who did the editing on that video, but it's on Adam Kokesh's channel.
Okay.
The actual footage of us getting arrested. And then you can also, of course, go to lemonadefreedom.com.
Lemonadefreedom.com.
If you just want to go on YouTube, you can just go to Adam Kokesh.
Lemonadefreedom.com.
Yeah, and it went viral. I mean,
so it's an entire movement now.
Oh yeah, it went huge. Now they had this whole national thing like Lemonade Freedom Day or something like that happened. After this was a really moving event.
Lemonade stand.
Oh, absolutely. This was a huge deal.
California got out there.
Yeah, this is a huge deal. So now, when the police first approached you, you're out there, you're selling lemonade, and the police first approached you, and what did they say? Sort of what was the interaction and the chain of events that led to your arrest?
They were like, the first cop came up and goes, "Y'all have a permit?" And we were like, "No." He was like, "Well, you can't be here." And then we were like, "Okay, too bad." I don't even remember what we said, but we basically just continued going.
Right.
Like, well, too bad.
Right.
like that's basically what we said, because we just were not going to shut it down.
Right.
And then like they brought in like this SWAT team. If you get a chance to see the footage, like there are 15 officers, and there were only 3 of us selling the lemonade.
Right. That probably cost them $1,000 to do that.
I'd say much more.
$2,000 to get all that guys out there. It's just
for lemonade.
It was so ridiculous.
So, but think about it. I'm sorry to interrupt you. If you had like 75 lemonade stands all sudden appear at one time, then they got a problem.
Well, that was the point of the Lemonade Freedom Day or whatever. I
so
mean, you can't have
jail?
75. You can't have 75 lemonade stands all in the same place.
No.
Because it's going to be really tough to sell lemonade.
The tactics would be to have them on every street corner or something
right,
like that.
Yeah, and that's what they tried to do. So anyhow, the SWAT team essentially shows up and they demand that you stop selling lemonade. You refuse, and then what? They just arrest you? Was it peaceful? Did they hurt anybody? Or
well, basically, what happened was we continued selling lemonade, and then our lemonade stand was very successful because it was a very hot day, and tons of people wanted lemonade, and that was actually something I wasn't expecting. I was not expecting us to have that many customers. Like we had lines of customers, and so like the cop would say, if you buy that lemonade, you could face arrest. And the kids would just literally walk right past them and buy the lemonade anyway.
That's great.
And we were like, this is so awesome.
Here you're providing a necessary product.
These kids, like their minds aren't brainwashed yet, to like.
What do you mean I can't buy lemonade?
Screw you. Isn't scary. And so basically, they're sitting there and they see this guy in a uniform telling them it's illegal to buy lemonade, and they're like, "What are you talking about?"
That's madness. And again, you can see the video at is it lemonadefreedom.com?
Yes.
Yeah, and I definitely everybody check out that video. I mean, it's really something else to see this all happen. So you get arrested, and now I was according to the. One of my favorite quotes from this Fox News article was that this Captain or Sergeant Kimberly Schneider, she said, selling lemonade, that's not the charge. They were arrested for failure to obey an officer, unlawful conduct, and vending without a permit. So here's my question. Failure to obey an officer, how is that possibly a crime? I mean, what if the officer demands, sexual favors from you?
Wouldn't the crime be the unlawful conduct? Like it just seems kind of redundant.
Right,
it doesn't even make sense.
Unlawful conduct is a crime. That's the definition of any crime. It's unlawful conduct.
Anything
number one.
Could be unlawful
failure to obey a police officer, that's not a crime. I mean, I could see failure to obey the lawful order, maybe, but... essentially vending without a permit.
What if a police officer is behind me in line at a pizza restaurant and tells me that he needs to cut in front of me, and I say no?
Exactly. What happens
then? Is
then?
that a crime?
Should he arrest you? I think you should be
I
arrested.
guess he can
That's
arrest
failure
me.
to
I
obey a
didn't
police
obey.
officer. That is failure to obey a police officer. You should be arrested in my book. So
that's
essentially,
an excellent point.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what
he's saying that he has to get ahead, cut in line because he's got stuff to do that's real important.
I'm a police officer,
right? I just have special rights.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, those are the 3 charges. Now, when you went to court for this, what happened then?
Well, okay, we had 2 court appearances, and we were going to have another one after our status hearing, but basically this is what happened. The first court appearance, actually turned this into something that we were not expecting whatsoever. We went into the courtroom.